Hello, BookTube. It's been more than a hot minute since I've done a writing update, and certainly much longer than a hot minute since I've done an art update. So first, let's do the writing update. So I've started work on Death Among the Bluebonnets, the realistic version of the Southern Gothic contemporary fantasy I've been wanting to write. And as I started writing, I decided I kind of wanted to try to pants it. I thought maybe as I plan everything out, I sort of lose interest in the project. So maybe if I try to pants it, it'll sort of work better for me. Which I don't think necessarily that's true. Given that if I know where I'm going, I can get about 2,000 words a day, like typing. But Monday, I got, I think, nearly 600. So, didn't quite work out for me. But I did notice two aspects of my writing that I definitely need to work on. One is I don't do descriptions. Because as I was writing, I'm like, so the first scene, so what I got written Monday were two scenes. The first one was the main character at his computer typing out an assignment. And while the scene of the character sort of hesitating with his fingers above the keyboard, I didn't describe the room. I didn't describe what the computer looked like. I just said it's a computer. And then the second scene is the main character delivering his sort of his personal essay to the class. And while I had the arrangement of the discs, I did not describe the classroom or any of the other characters. So that's, I think, one thing that I definitely need to work on or pay attention to. But also I wonder if maybe it's more like I would want to work more visually rather than just like trying to describe it out. I mean, I've always had, I think, a bit of a trouble with description. And then the second thing I noticed is a propensity to write in the sort of experiential, near stream of consciousness of first person that can sometimes be rather difficult, particularly since I try to write it in the present tense, and it's sometimes hard to try to stick it with the present tense. So anyway, so I started on Monday, and then I didn't do anything yesterday because there's a football game on, so I was watching that with my mom, even though it was rather disappointing. As George R. Martin would say, life is miserable and full of pain, especially if you're a Dallas Cowboys fan. Anyway, so I've been thinking about maybe trying the story as a comic book script and actually trying to sort of approach it that way, of sort of be a bit more intentional with some of like my world building, my prep work. Probably definitely just go ahead and do an outline rather than pantsing, because if I'm going to basically be having my hands hovering over the keyboard trying to figure out what the heck to say, I might as well just outline it. Be much more enjoyable that way, I think. What else is there? Not a whole lot else. I mean, a lot of this is kind of conditional at the moment. I haven't quite decided. I mean, of course, the fun thing is to try to experiment, and if my plan idea sort of works out, I mean, it would allow me to do two things I do enjoy doing, which is creating stories and also art. Even though that's it, and moving on to art, I haven't really done a whole lot of art the past few weeks or months, really. I've been really concerned with reading a whole lot and also collecting more books, which I'm sort of, I don't know. I'm sensing there's definitely going to be a. It depends how things work out. There might be a smaller book haul over the next few months, and I'm going to try to focus a bit more on art because I do need to pick up some more paper, and I would like to add some more colors and also try to focus a bit more on drawing and see how that works out. And maybe see if that can work me out of this funk I've been in for the past few months. And particularly that I seem to have gotten into this past week. So anyway, BookTube, hopefully my nattering and rambling will be of some service. There is one thing that I wonder if anybody would like. I mean, I know I keep saying I want to create a new tag. I mean, I did create a tag earlier this year, the Star Trek tag, which did not seem to go over very well. I don't know if that was because it was like Star Trek, and while some of us on BookTube, me, Steve, Mark, and a few others, are interested in Star Trek, that the majority of this corner of BookTube could really care less, and that's why that tag didn't have much success, even though, to be honest, I mean, the questions were not really related to Star Trek. I mean, I just drew inspiration from the series for it. But anyway, and I've been wanting to do another tag, to create another tag, but I haven't gotten around to doing it. I know there was a book detective tag that I've been meaning to do, but I sort of lost the impetus for that one. But I do want to maybe try to do a writer tag, one that is particularly focused on getting at like problems one has, like a writer has in their work. Sort of like with me, I have a hard time with descriptions. I mean, not only this current project, but also the earlier versions of Akarsha the Sorcerer. I did not describe. I mean, it was very much script-like in formation. So there's that, and there's also my sort of the point of view I naturally gravitate towards, which may not necessarily be all that popular, and honestly not all that easy to do. So anyway, so let me know down in the comments if you would like me to try to come up with a new writer's tag, although that would make more sense to do it like next year with NaNoWriMo, because that's when most of AuthorTube seems to gear up into wanting to do author tags and stuff like that. But anyway, I'm starting to ramble, so I'll go ahead and cut it here. So tomorrow I will be obviously coming back with part 2 of the literary, general, and realistic fiction shelf, as well as maybe doing a tag. So until then, BookTube, thank you, have a great afternoon, and please stay safe.